guys, welcome back to a new video. So this week I've been making recipes from Shreddy guide, which has been so useful for having recipes and knowing what to make. It has meant I've eaten so many more vegetables, so many more fruits. I haven't eaten any junk food. Some of them I've altered a little bit to make it what I actually wanted to eat. And I've also been tracking it on LifeSum, which is the calorie tracker that I use, because usually what I do when I'm trying to be a bit healthier, usually what I do when I'm trying to be a little bit healthier is I track my calories and try and reduce that, because obviously a calorie deficit you're going to start losing weight. So for every meal that I've made, I'll be telling you what my calories came to and what my macros were. I have a lot of mixed opinions on it, let's say. So if you're interested to see what I ate this week while doing the Shreddy Ready to Rumble challenge, just keep watching. Just got back from Tesco, got everything that we need for the first week of Shreddy for the meals that I've picked out. I'll leave how much it came to on screen. I don't know if it's a lot or not a lot. It seemed quite a lot, to be honest. But it is for a week, I guess. First meal of this week was avocado and mushroom on toast. So I started by getting my mushrooms, weighing them out, put them in some water to fry them because I think it makes them soft and it works really well. I got my avocado, sliced it in half, I chopped it into little pieces. It was actually a perfect avocado, look at that. And then I was using Warburton's Thins all week because they're, I don't know, seems like a little bit of carb. And then I put the mushrooms in the avocado on toast and it was actually delicious. Made a coffee with it as well. Had to include that. So when it came to lunchtime, I wanted to make the creamy tuna stuffed peppers that I'd seen on the app. So it says to roast the pepper for a bit first. So that is what I did with some olive oil and some salt and pepper, I believe. This whole time Joey was on a call in the same room and I was just cooking my little show. Didn't have any quinoa, so I used couscous, and it was only after that I realised that couscous is a lot more filling than quinoa. So I'm gonna have to get quinoa soon. This tuna was really fishy. It's like vegan tuna and I'd never seen it before. It's on the recipe, it said to mix it with some yogurt, some spices. So that's what you see me doing. Seems a bit weird to put fish in yogurt, but it asked me to, so I did it. And then I put it with the couscous instead of the quinoa as well, and yeah, it was alright. This is Applewood's vegan cheese. If you're doing Veganuary and you've not had Applewood's yet, I definitely think Applewood's is the best cheese, so go out and get it. Got the peppers out, filled them with the stuffing, put cheese on top. Realised I should have cut it into smaller pieces or actually bothered to grate it, but it still melted and looked real good. I didn't actually like these very much. I'm not a tuna fan. They were really filling. They were like 500 calories and they just weren't worth it. Because there were so many calories, I really wasn't hungry for tea that night, so I wanted to make the kale and falafel. So yeah, raw kale in a bowl, put the falafel on top, and then you put yogurt, and I put chili sauce on top because I can't not have a chili sauce in anything. The recipes I choose anyway seem to be quite heavy on yogurt. I don't know how I've managed that, and this is what I had every lunchtime. I just didn't show it because I was at work. The best snack on the thing was this. It was the closest thing to a dessert that I had the whole time. It was yogurt, raspberries, blueberries, chia seeds, and then I put a little bit of agave nectar on it just to, you know, sweeten the deal. And it was, oh yeah, and peanut butter. And it was so good, like amazing. Like it felt like a real pudding. And I will be substituting this in for pudding for a long time to go. So I had another lazy morning on Tuesday and had breakfast pesto mushrooms. So I started with the same Warburton's Thins, weighed out my mushrooms, put my pesto on my toast. That's me using LifeSum. And then I used my B12 yeast because I actually love the way it tastes. And that was also banging. Okay, so this day we had olive and pesto pasta. Look at the way he does this. Toxic masculinity, that rips it apart. I got Joey to help me this night, which was very nice of him. Look at that, I can't do that. So I weighed out the pasta, made sure that we had the right amount, put it in my calorie tracker, And then you bang the peppers into the pan, like so. There's me struggling to open a can because I'm weak as hell. Struggling to open a jar, weak as hell. Just put it all in a bowl with my pasta, give it a stir, and it was satisfying. I think it was enough carbs that I felt okay with it. Oh yeah, more B12. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so this day was a peanut butter oat breakfast. So we put the oats in, it was 25 grams, and then like lots more almond milk, some vanilla essence. Meanwhile, I brewed a cup of tea, because you know it's the morning, you got to. Let it brew, you make it thick, because we're from Yorkshire. You bash the tea bag against the side, no sugar, bit of milk. Bam. Drizzled some peanut butter over the oats. I have really loved this peanut butter this week. It is 100% peanut butter and it was like the cheapest one in Tesco. There's some blueberries, some raspberries and some blackberries on a cold morning, banging it in the microwave. Yeah, so good. This was one of my favourite recipes of the whole week. So you can see that I've got my Plant Chef beef, which is actually crazy high in protein compared to a lot of fake meats. It was a take on the lamb and couscous one because I really needed to use up my couscous. So it's one of those recipes where you make your own marinade. It was like golden syrup, soy sauce, cumin and garlic, and it was really good. This was my favourite meal. I would definitely make this again. I think I was so starved for like some kind of meat as well after the previous day not having any, so I was really looking forward to this. Then I made a salad to go along with it. So it was cucumber and a mixed leaf salad. All the greens. I had so many greens this week. I'm actually so proud of it. So what you do is you fry beef inverted commas, put the cranberries and cashews into some couscous, gave it a little stir. Put it all in a bowl in like a tiered sort of manner, which I thought looked quite pretty. And there we go. Oh, yeah, I could eat that again now, to be honest. Bit of yogurt on top because the app's obsessed with yogurt, and bit of chili sauce on top because I'm obsessed with chili sauce. Double close up, it was that good. Okay, on this evening I decided to have the seitan pita plate because I had some like chicken tikka thing that was going off in the fridge and I had to find an excuse to use it or it was gonna be used for nothing. So here I am struggling to cut up a sweet potato. I hate cutting sweet potatoes. It is so much work. All of our knives are blunt anyway, and look at that struggle. This is why I need to do the workouts. Oh my god. Boom. So it says to drizzle them in olive oil, pepper and salt, and then put them in the oven until they are soft. While I was doing that, I cut up an onion to go with the fake chicken tikka seitan stuff that I had, and also a pepper, made sort of like a stir fry with it to go on top of 2 more Warburton's Thins. So this was quite a carb heavy meal, but I love carbs. Like, carbs are my favourite. I could have nothing but carbs and I would be happy about it. There I am, making my little stir fry, do my little, oh no, he dropped a bit. And it's miraculously gone. So that doesn't take long. Put it on with some olives, as it's what it recommended, chili sauce, sweet potato, and this was a pretty good meal. It kept me full. I'd say that for it for sure. Alright, so this is my Friday night meal. So this is supposed to be a bit of a treat. It says on the app that it is pizza, courgettes and salad. So we tried our best. We seasoned the courgette, put some pepper and salt on it and some olive oil, and put it in the oven to go a bit soft. Meanwhile, you either grate some cheese or cut some cheese up real small if you can't really use a grater because you're just inept like I am. I could have used tomato puree, but I didn't realise I had it in, so I used ketchup, and maybe that was part of why it wasn't nice. Oh, I don't know. I think it was just a lot of courgette, looking back. But yeah, I put the cheese on, put some basil on to make it a bit more Italian, and then yeah, here's more video of me cutting up vegetables because you haven't seen me do it enough yet this week. Spring onion, that's a new one. The other avocado came out to play. Give it a twist, and it's perfect again. Use more of my mixed leaf salad, put it all together, mixed it up, put some chili sauce on, and there's my sad excuse for a pizza. You really can't even say it. Like, why does it even say that on the app? But it was fine. So the meal I was most excited for this week, believe it or not, is this. It is beans on toast from scratch, and I love beans on toast. So it tells you to start by cutting up a quarter of an onion and frying it until soft with some garlic, and I used garlic powder because it was still early. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. I was lazy. It actually excited me to be making it from scratch, and I'm not even entirely sure why. Like, I've just not had beans in so long and I love them. So you need tomato puree, it said soy sauce, brown sugar, and was that it? Oh yeah, cannellini beans and chopped tomatoes. I would definitely make this again. This is probably one of the best things. Along with that beef thing, this is the best in my opinion. I considered putting cheese on the Warburton Sins that I had, but seeing as it doesn't say to have cheese, and I don't know, I just decided not to in the end. I had some more B12 yeast on it instead. So that's good of me, innit? Oh, it actually looks so good. I could eat that again right now. I love beans on toast. Oh my gosh. Yes! Oh gosh. Yeah, look at that close up. And then for lunch, I really fancied having the chicken Caesar salad. I don't have any real chicken, I do fake chicken. So while I was frying that, I put some salad in a bowl with some cherry tomatoes and got out my dressing. Turns out that's actually like 200 calories for 75ml, which I thought that would be less, but it was so good. It was actually really good. I wouldn't say it was one of my favourites, but I rated it. And the final thing was these granola topped sliced apples. I was mainly just in it for the granola. I mean, it was really nice and filling. And then because I love the granola so much, I decided to have a whole bowl of it, which came to like 400 calories, and that took me over what I should have and was not on the list. But I honestly was just so hungry and I don't regret a thing. And then for my dinner, I had the same as I had for my lunch, just a smaller portion of chicken Caesar salad. So that's my roundup of how I felt about the nutrition side of the Shreddy app. One massive positive I would say straight off the bat from doing this as soon as I started was I have cut out junk food. Like, for the last 9 months, like while we're in lockdown, I've been eating so much junk food, and I just stopped like overnight, and I only ate what the app told me to eat, give or take a little bit, like I said, substituting. If you hadn't heard of it before, Shreddy is a fitness app which is run by Grace Beverley, who used to be known as Grace Fit UK on YouTube. She's developed a app which is apparently by top nutritionists. Don't know what that really means. And it also tells you what workouts to do. I just rewatched Grace's video from when she launched the app just to see what she was thinking at the time that it was launched, like how she was feeling about it, how she promoted it to us when it was a brand new thing. And the focus is very much on it being customizable to your goals. So you can switch out meals if you don't like them, you can switch out exercises if you don't like them. The one she shows back then, which was I think the only ones that they had, was like a gym guide, and then they had little guides for doing at home, like booty guides, you know how she is. The main problem I've had with the app this week is it glitches. So you're supposed to be able to switch out which meals you want. So you go to the 2 little lines that are like, oops, switch it around, scroll down to the one that you actually want to have, select that one, and then when you go back it should update to that, and that's just not been working for me. So I can't tick off what I've had because I've not had it, I switched it out, and it's just glitching like that for me. The other thing is, you're supposed to have, and she says it in her video, breakfast, 2 snacks, lunch and dinner. You can track when you've completed a meal, so when you've had it, and that says out of 5 on the app, and for multiple days it's only given me 4. Like today for example, it's given me breakfast, lunch, snack and dinner. Yesterday it gave me breakfast, snack and dinner, so it missed out my lunch. And I don't believe that's what's supposed to be happening on here, because if I follow it like that, I do not have enough calories. And even though I didn't follow it like that yesterday, I still didn't really hit my calories. Right at the beginning of the app, you tell it like your weight, your age and your height, and it's supposed to, I think, work out what servings you should have based on that. But the other day I was cooking breakfast and it gave me 25 grams of oats. I don't know exactly how much I should be having. I just know that I looked at that and was like, that doesn't seem right. And I've not clicked a weight loss guide or anything. I've just clicked Shreddy 20, and it's supposed to be really well tailored to what your goals are. And when it doesn't work to customize it, it clearly isn't well tailored, and it doesn't seem to be changing the calorie goals for whether you're doing more, less exercise, whether it doesn't ask whether you have like a sedentary job, whether you're walking around all the time. So although I'm short and I should have less calories, I actually move quite a lot in a day, so maybe I should have a few more. So I use Smart Scales, which I've told my height and it knows my weight and it tries to work out like your muscle mass, your fat, whatever. And it tells me that my base metabolic rate is 1,329 calories. So if I sit and do absolutely nothing, that should be how much I burn, okay? So calories I have eaten over the last 5 days. Bearing in mind I've been at work, I've been walking around, and I've been doing the 20-minute class, yeah? So my base rate, 1,329. On Monday I ate 1,431 calories. Tuesday, 1,289, Wednesday, 1,320, and Thursday, 1,275, with me eating 1,121 calories yesterday, which is quite a deficit when you consider that I'm also doing other things. So I don't know whether Shreddy have worked this out for me to lose weight or what's really going on with it, but I would say that's a negative of the app. I've been a bit unsure about that for sure. It's definitely a glitch on the app where it won't let me switch out meals, and I think it's a glitch on the app when it's missing out meals for me as well. I can't imagine that an app would be able to recommend that you skip meals. From everything I know about Grace Beverly from watching her on YouTube and on Instagram for a long time, I wouldn't think that she's the kind of person that would want to promote skipping meals. So I don't know if this is just my app, but my gut tells me it isn't, because there's so many glitches on the Shreddy app that I've heard talked about before. And I've had a glitch before and I emailed them and was like, this isn't working properly. And I really want to be able to support it, even with some things that I like less that I'm seeing when I'm following it every single day, which I will get onto in the next video. I still want to try and support it, and it glitching and not giving me enough calories in a day is pretty important to me that I change that. Even though I am wanting to lose some fat at the minute, and I am fine with that I need to be in a calorie deficit, I think the calorie deficit is a bit extreme. So today, like I say, it still stopped me eating junk food. Today I went over the top and had a bowl of granola. I had 100 grams of granola and it was like 450 calories. And I'm there thinking like, wow. And I've realised over the last few days I've been under by so much that, well, yeah, there's no wonder that I've just wanted a massive bowl of granola. And considering that this app is aimed quite clearly at female beginners to working out, which if you're a beginner you're more likely to be younger, so it's geared towards young females that she already influences on Instagram, I think that should be worked out. Yeah, I think that's a little bit dangerous. I'm going to continue to use it. The recipes on the app have been so useful for getting me back into cooking. The way it's got a shopping list, that was really useful for knowing what I needed to pick up. It's got some really amazing bits and pieces on it, but as a whole it's got some things that really make it difficult to support. Considering this time last week I had a massive dirty chicken burger, fries with cheese on them and onion rings, which was incredible. But I just really needed to kick myself into gear, and I think that this app has really actually helped me kick myself into gear and kept me accountable to it. And it's made it quite easy, like the recipes aren't hard. Well, some of them are. You can pick and choose recipes that are like quicker, easier, which is for me because I'm not a massive cook. Some of them have been really delicious. It used to be that the Shreddy app was just a vegan app, and now she's wanted to be more inclusive or whatever. She's got vegetarian ones and even meat ones on there. But I've had a couple of the meat meals and I've just substituted in like fake chicken or fake beef instead, and they've been so nice. So I don't have a massive problem with that because it is customizable in that way. You just sort of go, no, not real chicken, here's this. I really hope that this comes across as like a measured and considered review of Shreddy. I'm only 1 week in, not even that, I'm like nearly 6 days in, and this is how I have found the nutrition side of the guide so far. I'm going to be continuing this on for I think 4 weeks, so subscribe if you're interested to see what else I thought of the guides. I genuinely believe that Grace has tried her hardest to create an app that is easy for people to use, good for beginners. I know it promotes her businesses, her other businesses quite a lot, like with the bands, with the nutrition. You can click somewhere and instantly find where you can buy her protein powder. But she's an entrepreneur, she's doing really well, and I don't necessarily see why that's a bad thing if everything else worked really well. So I think she needs to work on making what she already has as good as it can be, sorting out the glitches in the app, because a lot of people are going to use it anyway, but a lot of people aren't. I'm going to be back here this time next week to talk about how I found the workout routines. So if you're interested in that, please hit subscribe, hit the like button if you liked it, just so I know. And thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.